Welcome to this tutorial on creating a calculator class in Java. In this video, we'll be learning how to build a simple calculator that can perform basic mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a solid understanding of how to create a class in Java and how to implement basic mathematical operations. In this tutorial, I'll be using Eclipse IDE to set up the project for the calculator class, and then we'll proceed to design the calculator class. So without further ado, let us get started. Nothing is there in the Eclipse, everything is clean and clear. So at first what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a project. Okay, so for creating project, you can directly click this link, create a Java project, or also from the file file menu, new, then Java project. All right, so give a meaningful name. So for example, in our case that we are going to create calculator related things, so I'll give name which is calculator project. In your case, you can give any name, okay, but it is always better to give something meaningful name. All right, so calculator project. Next, then finish, don't create. All right, now you can see on the left side that project structure is created. All right, so at first what I'm going to create the class, I'm going to create a main method or main class first, then I'm giving main, and that main class should also have a main method. So I have a class main and it has public static void main. In this file only, I'm going to create another class called calculator. Class calculator. Okay, so in this class I'm going to write 4 methods. One is add, then subtraction, multiply, and division. Okay, let me write those methods. So at first, addition, double, add, then here 2 parameters, so number 1, number 2, and what it should return, it should return the summation of these 2 numbers. Okay, return number 1 plus number 2. Since we are going to add 2 numbers, so for that reason that we have used plus operator. Okay, what I'm doing here, I am I have written a method. The name of the method is add, and it takes 2 parameters, the number 1 and number 2, and both the type of the parameters are double is same, and it also return the same type, double. So if you don't have any idea about data type, so I have already posted a video on data type, so you can have a look at that video. Okay, so I have written the add method. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this method and modify a little bit, and then make it for subtraction. So for that, what I am to replace this plus with minus, since we need to subtract. Okay, so here also it takes two parameters, number 1 and number 2, and what it should return, they should return number 1 minus number 2. All right, so the third method is multiply. Okay, and the operator should be this one. Okay, for multiplication we should use this operator. Okay, again it takes same parameters, I mean whatever we have mentioned on those method, addition and subtraction. So it takes number 1 and number 2 and return backs number 1 multiplied by number 2. Okay, the last one is division. Okay, so divide, and this time it should be this one. So we have all the methods ready. Okay, now what we need to do, we can create a calculator object in the main method and then invoke these methods. Okay, how to do that? You just copy this one in the main method, calc. You can give any name here. Okay, new calculator. Okay, now we can do the basic operations. I can give say that double result. Okay, now we have calc. So at first I'll try to add something. Okay, 5 then 7, and let me write system.out.println. The result is result. Okay, and let me run this. The result is 12 because we have provided two parameters 5 and 7. So if we add these two numbers, that result will be 12. Similarly, say that let me divide it. Okay, divide it 10 with 5. What it should give? It should give result should give 2. So you can see that result is 2. Okay, and what about the multiplication? Okay, so if I multiply, (10) into 5, it should be 50. Okay, let me try. You can see 50. Okay, did you try subtraction? Let me try subtraction. Okay, I'll change the name of the method as subtract. Okay, now 10 minus 5, what it should return? It should return 5. So you can see that 5. Now we have seen that we have created a basic class calculator, and that calculator class have 4 methods: add, subtract, multiply and divide. In the main method we have created calculator object. The calculator object is calc. Then using the calc object we tried to invoke 4 methods. Okay, now you might be thinking that why we have written the same calculator class in this file. So what we can do, we can create another file. So new class calculator. Okay, so what I can do, cut everything from here, then paste it here. All right. It is always better to keep the things separate. Control Shift F. Now you can see that initially the calculator class was in the same file, but now I have moved the calculator class in the separate file. You can see the calculator in another file. Okay, another point I want to discuss. Here we have created calculator object, then we have invoked the individual methods. We can do another thing. Okay, so say that we can make static. Okay, copy this keyword, now this particular line is not necessary at all. Okay, so we can comment it out and we can directly invoke the static method using the class name. Okay, so before it was without static, so for that what we did, we created the calculator object, then we have invoked the methods. Okay, now we have changed that methods to static, so for that reason you no need to create calculator object. You can directly invoke the methods using name of the class, for example calculator dot subtract or add. Okay, you can see. So what we have learned here, we have learned how to create a class. Okay, before that we have learned how to make a project in Eclipse, then how to create a class, then how we moved our class from one file to another file, then also we have modified our methods to static so that no need to create the instance of the class, we can directly call the methods. Okay, that's it for this video. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like and leaving valuable feedback in the comment section. Additionally, you can download the source code for the calculator class as provided in the video's description.